All right, we got Cleveland.
Cleveland, the big story.
Yeah.
The chicks.
What do we got?
Held captive.
Let me just go down the list as we know it right now. The 3 women were starved, raped, and then beaten when they pregnant in the basement dungeon of Cleveland home.
It was more. They were girls. One was 14, one was 16. They weren't even.
Oh boy!
It's not like they were fucking.
Yeah.
Starved, raped, then beaten. When they pregnant in the basement dungeon of Cleveland
Probably
home.
when they were pregnant. It gets cut off on these printers sometimes.
So when they were pregnant, they had to live in a basement dungeon?
Yeah, the whole time. They just beat them and raped them. The brothers did.
Were they trying to induce a miscarriage or something?
You know what? Maybe. This Ariel guy, this fucking animal, knew the girls. I forget the Spanish girl's name, but he knew her family.
Oh.
So the last day that this girl was...
Jesus?
Yeah. The last day she was seen was with this guy's daughter. I believe, like, the Ariel Castro's daughter was friends with the, De Jesus. And I think she was walking with the daughter and then asked for money to make a phone call. And then they just separated. Like, the Ariel Castro's daughter went one way, and this girl who became the victim went the other way. Dang. And obviously what happened is she probably saw her friend's father said, I'll give you a ride.
Right.
And then he just took her.
The old ride.
So all these years, she was with somebody who she had to know, or she had to know was her friend's father.
Right.
Jesus.
So she probably knew she was never getting out because he couldn't let her go.
It doesn't make sense that he was able to keep this quiet for 10 years.
Amazing.
It doesn't make sense to me.
This many people involved?
Right.
You know?
It's amazing. The 3 brothers, no one talked, and a drunken...
And then he's bringing the little kid to the local park to play, and...
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of opportunities to yeah, I know, but to raise suspicion. Because a lot of the neighbors said we never saw him with a wife or a girlfriend, but the next thing you know, he's walking around with a 6-year-old, and they said, hey, what's up with the 6-year-old? And he did say it's my girlfriend's kid. Yeah. But no one saw him with a girlfriend.
Yeah.
But in that neighborhood, man, where it's just run down, nobody really pays. You know what I mean? It probably is not weird to see a family situation you're not familiar with. Like, it's probably not weird to see.
Yeah. Everyone keeps their yap shut.
Yeah, it's like, whatever. Oh, you're banging this one that week? Who cares?
Right.
The girls were impregnated a total of 5 times, resulting in the birth of the one child, who's now, 6?
Yeah.
One woman had up to 3 miscarriages. Oh. They were kept chained and taped in separate rooms. They were reportedly seen naked and on dog leashes in the backyard by a neighbor once, and cops were called. Officers dismissed it as a prank.
A prank?
Dismissed it as a prank. Well, cops did a fucking terrible job with this one.
Who the hell is this chick?
Wow.
Katie Pavlich. I know her, actually.
No, you don't.
I do. Katie Pavlich.
No, you don't.
Nope. And the smile giveaway.
Jimmy.
Another call was reportedly made when neighbors saw 3 girls crawling on all 4s with nothing but dog leashes around their necks, according to USA Today. They said police never responded to their call. Man.
It's a little prank. They were punked.
A resident said he called police a 3rd time in 2011 when his sister heard pounding on their window and looked up to see a woman outside with a baby. When the cops came, they found nothing and left, the neighbor said.
Holy fuck.
Wait, so she got out? Seems like she got out, was pounding on the neighbor's window.
Oh, my God.
Right? Isn't that how that reads?
Perhaps.
When his sister heard pounding on their window, and looked up to see a woman outside with a baby.
Oh, boy.
When the cops came, they found nothing and left, the neighbor said.
Crazy.
So that guy, Ariel, probably came out and said, holy fuck, and grabbed her just in time and got her back in the house.
Yeah, before the cops showed up. There's a lot of dropped fucking balls here on this one. Whoa.
If they were released for any period, it was only done 1 at a time. What does that mean?
I don't know. Released.
What do you
Where
mean
were they released? Were they released to go out to the store and shit?
Maybe they said if you fucking say anything
We'll
or take
kill the
off, we'll
kid.
kill the kid or the other girls or something.
In the last 6 years, the kid probably became a huge, especially if you release this girl, Amber.
Problem
this girl.
a way to keep.
Yeah, because you don't want to do anything that gets a kid killed, and especially if it's the mother. They might have said, "Go ahead, go to the store. We'll watch, and if anybody has come back, we're going to kill everyone in the house and ourselves."
And this is
I'd take the chance.
Yeah, but
It's
easy to say, but who knows?
And this is obviously not a death penalty case, right?
No, of course
they
not.
should just be executed. What are we doing? Why
Execute him.
Why are we wasting time?
Well, we're nice, civilized people, aren't we?
One victim may have suffered hearing loss from years of beatings to her head.
Yeah, the older one, and they said she has facial bone damage too.
Oh, that's
wow.
just fucking sliced their throats.
House of Horrors.
Yeah.
House of Horrors.
Beatings around the head.
Yeah.
So they would just rape these girls and then just get drunk and beat them. They should just. You wish that some cop, and again, you don't want to see a cop throw his career away, but would just walk in with a pistol and shoot all three of them.
Yeah.
Like, that would be that's exactly.
Bang. Bang.
Problem solved.
Bang.
I mean, it's terrible, but.
What's terrible about it?
The whole thing that's happened is just.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't make it any easier for the girls, but at least you know that these animals are. And you know, the one guy's daughter cut her own baby's throat. She's in jail for 25 years. Ariel Castro's daughter is in jail for slicing her daughter's throat. And on the street, she slashed the kid's throat a few times because of the baby's father left.
Maybe the baby's father was her fucking father. Who the hell knows?
No, they know who he is. No,
yeah?
they know who he is, yeah.
Oh, well, then fuck me running.
Yeah, I'd love to. Or sitting, or squatting, or standing.
What a wonderful family, huh?
Just
wonderful.
Again, the guy should. That's exactly what's happening. He should have his throat opened up.
Michelle Knight told cops she's the one they didn't show her picture at first.
It's out now, yeah.
Yeah, they finally started showing her picture. Told cops there had been another woman in the house when she first got there in 2002, but she suddenly vanished. So that one's dead.
Yeah,
so where's that? Where's that body?
Yeah.
Is it in the backyard? Are we going to find dead bodies, you think?
House of Horrors.
House of Horrors.
House of Horrors. I can see the graphic now. Fucking House of Horrors, with that scary font. Scary font. Yeah, looking like devilish, too. A lot of red.
Yeah.
House of Horrors.
Yeah, it'll be in a red font.
Yes.
Ariel can't be a red font, right?
No?
No. The font is a different thing.
I know, but everybody says font when I mean that anyway, so, yeah. House of Horrors.
Ariel Castro, who owns the house, obviously, kept up his charade by attending 2 vigils for the missing girls.
And that probably got him off. You
Oh.
guarantee he fucked that girl when he got back that night.
Yeah.
Like, that was probably a thing where it would turn him on. It's the guys who return to the scene of the crime. He's going there talking about it. And just like, what do you think happened to them? I don't know. Meanwhile, he knows. And then he probably went home and just fucked. Like, the guy literally should just be hung upside down like an animal and have his throat cut.
Sadistic. It's terrible.
A neighbor said he once bumped into Ariel taking a little girl to a playground, and Castro told him she was his girlfriend's daughter. Yeah, we went over that one. Another neighbor said she saw a little girl once peering out an attic window at the house. Most of its other windows were covered with garbage bags.
Creepy.
Ariel Castro, the owner of the house again, and his brothers knew all of their victims' families, but they were particularly close with the De Jesuses.
De Jesus.
It's not always someone you know, but so many times it is some weird connection to the family, man. It's so many times it's some weird fucking...
It was with the Long Island case of Katie Beers.
What was the connection with that?
A neighbor.
Yeah.
It was a family neighbor thing,
crap.
and he fucking locked her in a dungeon under his house. I believe that was classified as a House of Horrors.
Yes, that was a house of horrors.
And, yeah, she was held against her will, and, yeah, it was pretty twisted.
She was abused, right?
I'm not sure if he...
I don't know.
Sexually abused her?
forget.
Yeah. Back in those days, they didn't really get into detail in the news about...
Wasn't it? She was in a hole, right?
Yep.
I mean,
yeah,
he
she was
dug,
in a dungeon under the house. And there were TV monitors down there and cameras. So she literally watched the cops in the house upstairs. And she's going, help me, help me, help me. But they couldn't hear her.
Oh, my God.
And she's watching the cops talking to the guy, and he's laughing with the cops, and she's watching this like, oh, my God.
I'm right here.
And she can't probably hear what's being said.
No.
So for all she knows, this guy knows the cops. And
Yeah.
they get you into, especially when you're young. But once in a while, it's these really crazy stranger abductions.
Yeah.
Like with that Colleen Stan in California, where they eventually let her go out and get a job, and she was so fucking beaten down mentally.
Yeah.
She really didn't go home. She went and visited her family and came back to the kidnappers.
Right.
Like, she was so fucked up. She believed that they were in this white slavery ring, that they'd kill her family. And, like, after years and years of just... For us, we can't comprehend it, but when you're in a coffin under a bed for fucking a year or 2 years, you start to believe stuff, I guess.
Yeah, it's usually something, it's some kind of connection. What do
That
we
was random, but
covet?
Right, yeah, well, yeah. What do we do with things we see? We covet.
We covet.
What do we covet? What we see every day.
Every day.
Yeah, if there's a kidnapped kid, they literally should go to every one of your neighbors' houses and go top to bottom. Every single inch of their property should be searched.
I think you could talk to the guy and know that there's something creepy about somebody.
Absolutely.
You know.
Sometimes sociopaths don't fucking indicate, though, man. Some of these guys are so... Like, well, you know, they're so good at they don't feel empathy, but they're so good at mimicking empathy.
Yeah. Bundy was very charismatic.
Yeah.
He was completely normal. He was involved in some politics in Washington, and the people that were around him said he was a fantastic guy.
Charming.
The nicest, charming guy. And even during his trial, women loved this guy, and they had to keep reminding some of these women that would show up at the court to just look at him that you are the perfect type that he would kill, you dummy.
His last victim, again, I've said this, but it was a 12-year-old girl, I think, that he smothered in the mud. Like, that's how he killed her. He smothered her. Yeah. All this fucking... Ted Bundy, this handsome devil-may care.
Devil-may care.
That was a fucking piece of garbage.
Yes.
Right, they didn't care, though.
Piece of shit
Those
murder.
women didn't care, though.
No.
I watched something on Rifkin last night.
Oh, God.
Too. And
at least he looks... People look at Joel Rifkin, though, and go,
yeah.
wow, he's shit.
Yeah.
Ugly guy with a pickup truck and glasses who liked hookers.
Let me tell you something,
At least he looked bad.
They had some interviews with him in prison now. Just seems like a regular Long Island guy. It's like, because you never really heard him much back then, and he did look like that wormy kind of, had the glasses on, and he was looking around like a creep. But then they had him in prison, and he's like, yeah, you know, those crimes, boy,
what are you going to do?
I wake up, I think about it, the families and stuff.
He's now regular Joel.
He's regular Joel. Dude, that's what I was thinking.
Regular Joel.
He's got like the gray goatee and a big long ponytail, gray hair. And he's just like, yeah, you know, he goes, it never really hit me until he said after 9/11, he saw all the pictures that people put up of their missing family and stuff. And he goes, and it really kind of hit me that, you know, these missing family members really make people. And he's talking about it like, oh, you could let him go. He's fine.
And that's why I wish we could just execute them all.
Exactly.
Because in the end, prison is like his life.
It's his life.
He's like, this is cool.
And you don't want him to get to a point where he has these revelations. I don't want a Joel Rifkin that's been rehabilitated or has some type of a newfound peace in his life. He should have that horrific, murderous, degenerate mind when he's strapped to a fucking electric chair and killed. Not be given years of support so he can make peace with himself. Fuck that.
He's living a good life in prison.
Sure. It
becomes your life.
That life.
In the end, it just becomes your life.
When me, you, or any other normal law-abiding citizen thinks about prison, it horrifies us.
Right.
That's the deterrent for doing bad things. You don't want to go to prison. That's understandable. But people that are in prison, at first, I'm sure it stinks. But after years and years, that just becomes your life. You're familiar with your surroundings. You know the people. You have a routine.
You're socializing. You're chit-chatting.
Right.
You're talking about Homeland. I'm sure they get the HBO in some of the joints.
So how is that all of a sudden this horrible punishment for murder and rape and things when it just, now that's your house.
Right.
These are the people you live with.
Right.
You have TV, you have food. You don't have to worry about being cold or this.
You don't have to worry about paying bills. Or the economy collapsing or anything.
And you could say it takes away your freedom, but when you think about it, most people just go from their house to work and back home again. That's pretty much what they do.
Right.
It's, aside from the ass sex. But I don't think that's as rampant as people say.
No one will admit to that. I've talked to a lot of the guys.
Yeah. So you got to kill these people. You got to kill them.
These pieces of shit brothers.
He's going to rot in prison for the rest of his life.
Really?
No, he's not. He's going to be able to play some basketball. He's going to lift weights. He's going to watch television. He's going to socialize. He's going to play cards. He's going to fucking...
As long as you're able to dream, it's not that bad.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
You know?
Yeah.
Fall asleep 7, 8 hours a night, dreaming about all sorts of cool shit.
It's not like the fucking horrible screw is there with the club hitting you. Oh, even the guards are fucking pleasant to the convicts now.
Right.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, right this way.
The guys who really suffer in prison are like guys who didn't do it. Like those are the guys that talk because the horrors of what they're experiencing are shouldn't be experiencing
because it doesn't match up.
Doesn't match up.
It doesn't match up.
You know,
holy fuck, I'm not supposed to be here. But those other guys are like, yeah, of course I'm supposed to be here.
At least this guy knows I fucking did something terrible for 10 years. Even whether you agree with what you did or not, you know you did it.
I agree with you, Jimmy. So it's going to just get ugly up there in Cleveland.
And the convicts, by the way, all this prisoner, the prisoners will take care of it. No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They don't give a fuck.
You know why?
Well, some of them do give some of them do give a fuck, but they don't want more time,
or they don't want to fuck their own gig up,
or they can't even get to the guy because they're well protected.
Yeah, but for the most part, unless you're a psychopath killer, which they probably don't put you in general population, these guys, of course, it's like anything else. They don't like the guy. I'm sure they would love to see him hurt, but why are you going to fuck up your nice fucking
situation
cell that you have and your entertainment and stuff to kill someone and end up in isolation or something?
Right.
You're not going to want to fuck yourself up.
Right.
It's like prison for prisoners. Now you're living your life in prison. You don't want to go to prison, so you toe the line.
Stop saying prison.
Prison. Prison.
So now we got Ariel's son. Ariel, of course, the homeowner.
The Little Mermaid?
The homeowner up there in Cleveland. And we've heard about his son, Anthony Castro.
He's the one who wrote that article about the missing...
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he lives...
And he gave an interview to the UK's Mail online. So this is brand new shit coming in. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm saying we should try to get him on.
Yeah, we should absolutely try to get him on. We're trying to get all these guys on. We're trying to get Charles Ramsey on. And he says his father padlocked doors leading to the basement, his attic, and his garage, and never allowed family inside.
Yeah.
Would you blow the whistle on your own family member?
Fuck yeah.
So would
I think that was so normal for this guy. That was just the way he lived. Like, I think that because the guy was a piece of garbage who I think used to beat at least it was said that he beat the wife. So you probably got used to this guy being who he was. And it didn't strike you as odd that things were locked because they were probably always locked.
What is this a picture of?
That's a photo of him and a girlfriend in 2001, Ariel.
Right. He loves crackers. I like crackers.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like
What else is
saltines?
on the top of his... he loves the saltines.
Looks like we got some Ritz Bits.
All right, I like a good Ritz Bits every once in a while.
Is there some Goya products?
I don't see any Goya.
Is there some of that guava fucking juice?
I see Cheerios.
Ricey beans?
Cheerios.
So this is a photo of him in 2001, and this is behind him is a padlocked door to the basement.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, shit.
So in 2001, one of the girls had already been missing for a year. So
Dora Harris.
No, none of these three were missing.
Yeah, that's what...
No, there's another girl. These girls were...
Yeah, one of the others.
Well, they're going to find dead bodies, man. I'm telling you right now.
There's Anthony, who's the guy.
Hey. Yeah, read through this, Jimmy. It's Anthony is Ariel's son there, the owner of the house.
Oh, he said his father asked him just weeks ago if he thought the kidnapping of Amanda Berry would ever be solved, which Anthony thought was a weird thing to ask. He just brought it up to his son. And this guy apparently, allegedly, nearly beat his wife to death in '93 while she was recovering from brain surgery. And she did move out of the house in '96 along with the three sisters of this kid, I guess the three daughters. And Anthony does not believe the girls were kept at Ariel's house for the entire 10 years.
No, I do.
And suspects that his uncle might have been involved in keeping them at his house
Uncle
at
Tony?
times.
Oh,
So they may have transported them back and forth. I'm guessing it's either that or the son doesn't want to face the horrible realization that, fuck, I may have been in that house while they were there and not
he's
know.
completely aware.
Probably
No,
was.
no.
I'm saying the entire interview.
Yeah.
Like, he's completely aware.
So maybe that's maybe he's hoping that that's what the case is, so he wasn't in the house with them and not knowing. Like, that's devastating to think that you were there. Like, you're trying to just hope it's something else.
He says he was never in the house for more than 20 minutes and hasn't been in there for years because he wouldn't. Ariel wouldn't let family in the house.
Well, yeah, he doesn't want to hear any fucking...
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of
me.
hiding stuff, so...
Excuse me.
Jesus.
Yellow.
It is. And they said that the girls... I mean, it'll all come out. There'll be a movie, and this will be a book that I think,
Well, you know. I can see the title. House of Horrors.